I've been waiting my whole life for this. Orthopedic surgeon and husband of the View host, Sonny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. He made. She run. These women tell me why her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud. And I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury?
Sonny Hostin is having serious problems. It becomes more intense, as if you were on the verge of bankruptcy. Her spouse, yes, he was arrested in a $450 million RICO fraud case. How did this power couple's situation go wrong? Stay tuned to find out, as the drama and controversies are just beginning. You'll be shocked by how everything turns out.
Pat, you're married. Tom, you're married. Your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. But let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times does she have to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show? And then she also, on Trump's win, calling the loss because of uneducated white women that Trump won.
We have to know that this is accused.
All accused. Yeah, all accused, but he's in the RICO. This is a big RICO case that her husband's in town.
Sonny Hostin may have believed that her most dramatic moment would be analyzing the most recent political scandal on The View, but let's be honest, she's going to turn the show into a Sunday school picnic. When The View hosts are unable to create a respectable scandal without some outside assistance, you know something is wrong. This time, it's not only her scathing remarks that we're discussing, rather, it's her husband, an orthopedic surgeon, whose purported medical knowledge could put them both in hot water and possibly lead to bankruptcy.
Orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sonny Hostin is accused in December lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is Daily Caller's story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow. Hostin's attorney Daniel Twites denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. The case involves claims that Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients after minor accidents without exploring less invasive treatments, with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread insurance fraud.
Imagine waking up to discover that you are facing a $450 million racketeering lawsuit, rather than just a typical hospital drama. Unfortunately, you've been riding the high horse of moral superiority on The View when your husband is accused of masterminding one of the worst insurance scams in the nation. Let's just say the horse is going to collide with a pile of dead in scandal. How ironic is that?
The View co-host Sonny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer, influence, and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgery.
Here's the lowdown. According to reports, Dr. Host has been receiving bribes for doing needless procedures. Knee replacement surgery on the shoulder, something gleaming and lucrative insurance companies were paying for procedures that might or might not have actually occurred during this time. Oh, you thought I was fixing your knee, but I was fixing my bank account, sweetie, is a typical example.
I always say it's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickbacks.
The narrative gets more complicated now. Sonny is reportedly on the sidelines attempting to maintain her View persona, radio silence, a hint of denial, and perhaps practicing her surprised expression for when the stories blow up, while Dr. Host purportedly makes money. Let's face it though, There is no hiding when your spouse is involved in one of the largest racketeering cases in New York. This is a crazy story of insurance fraud, dubious surgeries, and a surgeon who is now accused of being a crime boss. It is not some political issue. This stuff cannot be made up.
Guys, this is why we need to seriously have a long, lengthy conversation about healthcare in the United States of America. This is basically it. So Sunny Hostin's husband is basically charged with insurance fraud. What he was doing was doing like fraudulent surgeries and then overcharging the insurance companies for it. This is what this is. So now, of course, he's now being named along with about 200 other individuals in a federal RICO charge case.
If the surgeons were mob bosses, this would be Grey's Anatomy. Forget The Godfather. In this strange turn of events, insurance firms are the victims of Dr. Host's purported greed, even though they aren't perfect. The irony? The View's Sunny Hostin, who is known for asking challenging questions, must now avoid the same kind of scrutiny. One of 180 defendants, including her husband, is charged with embezzling millions of dollars that could have been utilized for actual medical care. This kind of drama is impossible to script.
I've been waiting my whole life for this. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for the View host, Sunny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run. These women tell me why her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud. And I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it in.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband.
As mayhem erupts around her, Sunny Hostin is remaining silent in an attempt to preserve her polished persona. Her husband is apparently operating a healthcare scam right out of a mob film, complete with insurance fraud, shady bribes, and bogus surgeries, while she is sipping coffee on The View. However, this goes beyond Dr. Host. Physicians, clinics, and even whole hospitals are involved in the litigation. According to American Transit Insurance, they were defrauded of millions of dollars for procedures that were either unneeded or never took place. And you know what? It is only becoming more juicy.
Last week, we learned that Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, was named in a lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. He's one of 200 people named in this lawsuit, and they are accusing him of filing fraudulent insurance claims and also getting kickbacks from them. And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history, and they're seeking $450 million. And Sunny and her husband, they are fighting back. They've hired legal eagle Mark Garagos to help them fight this case, and they're claiming that this is completely baseless.
In a classic blame the accuser maneuver, Dr. Host's attorney is doubling down and claiming that the case is a desperate attempt by a failing corporation. Sunny Hostin, meantime, has become oddly silent. She is well known for her daring opinions on The View, but now her quiet is deafening. Is she trying to put it behind her, or is she hoping it will all go away? In any case, it's becoming more like insurance fraud and less like a soap opera. The huge reveal and the escalating drama, not yet.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, you know, Manny is younger and he's
How
very
much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he? Like a month or a year or 10 years or 5 years?
It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me. I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
Let's face it, this is a billion-dollar catastrophe, not simply a controversy. It might rank among the largest medical fraud cases in history if the accusations are true. Dr. Host may only be the beginning of a network of corruption that includes hospitals, insurance, physicians, and even deceitful patients. It's more of a healthcare heist than a malpractice lawsuit because our insurance premiums were the only thing taken. Fundamentally, this story reveals a dysfunctional system in which patient care is subordinated to profit. Patients are the ones that suffer as a result of that race to the bottom.
Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is. But I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
Yeah.
I have a totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips.
I mean,
It's just like
twice
my
a
favorite.
day.
Here's all I hear from her: America's violent, America's racist, America's bad. Okay, I challenge you, Sonny. And this is Constance Kissin actually was saying something about this. Find me a country that's not racist.
The statement, "Healthcare's a mess, and so is my life," is one that Sunny Hostin might wish to practice. Even The View is beginning to appear tame as her husband's legal issue plays out like a courtroom soap opera. Although Dr. Host has not yet been convicted, the charges of financial devastation, insurance fraud, and racketeering are grave. Every turn seems more ridiculous than the previous, and Sunny's impeccable reputation is suffering. Will Dr. Host be the subject of a jail memoir or be released? In any case, this real-life drama is far from over, so fasten your seatbelt.